Hello everybody, in this video we're going to go over PEP8 errors in more detail. Alright, let's get going. So this is a picture of Guido van Rossum, creator of Python. He came up with a PEP or Python Enterprise proposal, and in particular the 8th one. So what is PEP8? Well, they are coding standards that help enforce readable code and clean code. And when you have clean code, you can avoid traps that lead to problems for you. Coding standards are especially good in group projects because they allow you to switch from one programmer to another programmer
seamlessly, because they're both going to program in the same clean way. So right now, I'm going to show you how to set up your code from the starter code. If you already know how to do this, you can skip ahead. First thing I need to do is make a new file. And to do that, I need to name it. I'm going to double click the name of the starter code file. Control C to copy that name into the buffer. Go into my replit, click on this new file button, paste the name of this file in. And while I'm here, I'm going to rename it where it says your name to change this to my name, and I'm going to type enter. So here is my file. It's empty right now. Be sure that there's a py at the end of it, otherwise it will not run. So now I need to copy the contents of the file in. So I'll go back to the starter code, click in the code itself, Control A, Control C, that copies it into the buffer, Control V, and now all the starter code is in my code. Now I'll want to run this code, and to do that, I'll need to change the .replit file. But first, I need to see the .replit file. So I'll click on these three dots, show hidden files. It shows this .replit file. I'll click on it. Where it says main.py, I need to have the name of my file. I could just type it in, but I'm going to copy and paste it in. So I'll click on the three dots, rename, click a whole bunch of times, copy it into the buffer, and paste it. But again, you could have just typed it in. So now I need to test that my replit will run this code. I'll click run, and you see here it's running. And if you look in my code, it looks like it matches up. So this assignment that I've given you is not actually a problem of making a code run, but rather making it follow coding conventions or the PEP8 conventions. Before we start, I'm going to say that a lot of folks in the very beginning will have problems with this.
Oh my God!
But we've taught this course, almost 10 years now, over many sections, and 100% of the kids figure it out by the end, and you will too. So you just have to have faith it will work. If I'm using an IDE coding environment like PyCharm, a lot of these PEP8 errors will be highlighted, but right now that's not true in Replit, so we are going to use the autograder. So to use the autograder, I'm going to get the link right here that's in my comments, copy it, Control C, open up a new tab, Control V, and here is my autograder. So I'll go back to my Replit. I'm going to download this code. It's the three dots by my file name. Click download. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to upload it into my autograder and select this PEP8 lab. I'm going to submit for autograding. And here's what happens. I have a 0 out of 10.
Oh my God!
These are my PEP8 warnings or errors. And this is what I need to fix. There's a method to the madness, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So all of these errors or warnings are organized in the same way. There's a first number here. That's going to be the line number that your error is on. And a second number here, which shows the column that it's going to be on. And then a description. So the description for the first one says block comment should start with #space. There's actually a space here. You'll want to notice that because it's important. Let's go to the code. Line number 20. Column number 1. And if you look right here at the bottom, it shows the column number, which makes it very easy. And it says line number should start with a #space. Mine does not start with #space. It starts with hash, and then it gets started. So I'm going to put that #space in there, and let's check. I'm going to download the code, the three dots, download, overwrite my old file, backspace, submit. And my score is now 1, and that error is corrected. So now let's look at the next one. It says it's on line 21, column 5, missing white space around operator. So an operator is plus, minus, times, divide, or an equal sign. Again, it's a plus, minus, divide, times, or an equal sign, and we're missing a white space. So let's check those out. Line 21, column 5. Missing white space. Well, that's what it looks like there. There's another one of these, line 22, column 7, missing white space. So I'll put that in and let's check. I'm going to download it, 3 points. All right, that's progress. So the next PEP8 error is on line 22, column 13, and it says white space before parentheses. Again, white space, not missing white space. So what that means is I have a space where it does not belong. So let's take a look. Line 22, column 13, that's right there. White space, again, not missing white space. So to fix this, I will get rid of the white space, and hopefully that works. And if we look here, there's another one of these in line 23, column 6. So let's go to line 23, column 6. It does not want the space after the print. So I'll fix that now. Let's check, checkity check, check. And now we have 5 out of 10. So let's keep going. Line 23, column 13, missing white space around the operator. So line 23, column 13. So I'm going to put a space around the plus. Looks like there's another one of these. It's in column 35, it says. Now this is actually column 35, but remember I put in a space when I fixed the other one. So my numbers will be off by 1. It's actually column 36 now. Put that space in. And let's see. All right, 7, we're almost there. The next one is on line 24, column 25. Trailing white space. So line 24, column 25, that's right here. Trailing, that just means at the end. White space is a space. So trailing white space, it does not want here. I will get rid of that space, and let's check. 8 out of 10. So the next one, line 26, column 3, indentation is not a multiple of 4. So line 26, that's here, column 3, indentation is not a multiple of 4. So right here, this is a great chance to check to see if you have a setting in your replit that's really not optimal. Python likes to have the indentation be 4 because of readability reasons. When it's 2, it's kind of hard to tell if something's indented or not, but 4 is a much easier thing to see. So to do that, I'm going to click on this right here. You'll see that the spaces are 2, which I do not want. I'm going to change this to 4. Save and reindent. And it makes this indentation 4. I'm going to go back here and make sure I fix it globally. So that means for all of my files from here on out. So I'll click on this global settings right here. Scroll down. See, it brought up this window on the right. I'm going to scroll down. Indentation size. This should be 4. So again, this is super important. It'll save you a lot of pain later on. Be sure that the indentation size setting is set to 4. All right, let's check. All right, 9 out of 10. Just one more. Line 27, column 13, no new line at end of file. So line 27, column 13, that's right there. This is one of those ones that's a little bit hard to figure out. No new line, that just means it wants me to hit the enter. This is one of the Python conventions. It likes to have you hit the enter so that you have one extra line at the very end that's blank. So hopefully everything is good now. Let's check, hopefully one last time. Download. And it's good.
Good.
Most professionals will use more complicated IDEs, which is short for Integrated Development Environments. So this one right here is called PyCharm. You're going to see that all the PEP8 errors are highlighted. As I hover over these squiggly lines, it tells me what the PEP8 error is. So what I do is I look for all these squigglies, and then I fix the PEP8 errors as I'm writing my code. You may ask why we don't use this in class. We have in the past. The setup is a lot harder to use at home, and it's harder to get help remotely in case you need help remotely. And finally, it doesn't work on Chromebooks, so if you're using a school Chromebook, you don't have this option, and we wanted the course to be accessible to all. Anyway, hope that makes solving PEP8 errors a little bit more clear. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Hope that was useful to you, and if it was, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.